For this first example, we're given two different functions. We have f of x, which is 2x plus 10, and then g of x, which is 6x plus 5. And we're asked to figure out when does f minus g with respect to x equal 0. In other words, if you subtract these functions, when is it equal to 0? So the first thing I need to do is subtract the functions. So f of x, which is 2x plus 10, and then minus g of x. I notice g of x has two terms, so I do have to put it in parentheses. So 6x plus 5. So I would have 2x plus 10, and then there's really a negative 1 here, right? That needs to be distributed. So you're flipping both signs here when you distribute a negative 1. So I would have negative 1 times 6x is negative 6x, and negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. Combining like terms from here, I can combine 2x's minus 6x, which would be negative 4x. And then I can combine 10 and then minus 5, which would be 5. So it's asking, when is this answer, which is negative 4x plus 5, when is that equal to 0? So all we have to do is solve for x here. So to get x alone, x is right here. Isolate the x by subtracting 5 from both sides. So I have negative 4x is equal to negative 5. And then one last step to isolate, divide both sides by negative 4. So it's when x is equal to 5/4. Or you could say 1 1/4. For the second part here, we're given two functions again. You have f of x, which is x squared plus 5x, and then g of x, which is 5x plus 21. And we're asked to add them together and then figure out when x is equal to 0 once you add them together. So let's add them together first. So f of x, which is x squared plus 5x, and then g of x, which is 5x plus 21. So I noticed that I have some like terms, these 5x's. So my final answer is a trinomial. X squared, 5x plus 5x is 10x, and then plus 21. So it's asking, when is that equal to 0? So if you have to solve this equation, you do have to convert the expanded form, which is x squared plus 10x plus 21, into factored form. And if you remember, if there is a trinomial in the form of x squared x and then a constant here, you can factor by making a graphic organizer. Your factored form would have two parentheses. To get x squared, you would have x times x, and then you have to find the factors of the back number 21 that add to the middle number 10. So what multiplies to 21 and at the same time adds to 10? So the factor pair that multiplies to 21 and adds to 10 would be 7 and 3, because 7 times 3 is 21 and 7 plus 3 is 10. So my two factors would be x plus 7 and x plus 3. And in order to solve this, now that it's factored, you can apply the zero product property, which says if you're multiplying these two values together and your answer is 0, to get a product of 0, one of those has to be 0. So either x plus 7 is 0 or x plus 3 is 0. So if I solve these, I would get my two solutions. So subtract 7 from both sides. So either x is negative 7, and then if I subtract 3 from both sides, x is negative 3. So if you add these together, when is x equal to 0? That would be when x is negative 7 or x is equal to negative 3.